I want to talk about growth and transformation. What is that exactly? It can mean a lot of things, but I experienced a lot of that this fall, and it is because of my guest, and I want you to meet her. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Jackie.
My guest is Hannah McKitrick. Hannah is a culinary and wellness instructor. I took a trip on one of Hannah's retreats to Samos, Greece, with 9 women, and it was the trip of a lifetime. And let me tell you, there was a lot of growth and transformation going on. So, what I want to tell you if you're watching this is you don't have to take a trip with Hannah to have growth and transformation, although I would highly recommend it. But we're going to talk about ways for to have growth and transformation that involve everyday life and specifically cooking classes too. So Hannah, what do growth and transformation mean to you?
Jackie, it's stepping into a new way of being that is in more harmony with your highest self, with your inner being, with your soul, whatever you want to call it. And growth, people talk a lot about growth. And as you're sitting here talking about it, I'm like, to me, growth is being able to show up in a different way that feels so much easier. So this could look like um not caring as much about little things, right? Like I know you mentioned that was one of your transformations that happened that I know you don't mind me sharing
Mhm.
on retreat is that you got home and things that used to bother you didn't. And so that's growth because you are showing up as another version of yourself that's more in congruence with your inner being. Your inner being doesn't care about the nitty-gritty day-to-day, right? So you are more tapped into your highest sense of self. And you mentioned cooking. And so in the kitchen, what growth and transformation might look like is going from like dreading meal prep and dreading cooking and like being confused about health and not feeling like you want to like feeling overwhelmed by it and then transforming that into feeling excited about food and excited about vegetables and like the healthy meals that we make and really getting like jazzed up to nourish your body because you want to, not because you have to. So it's just like a little shift in how you show up.
It's interesting that you say that because I went from dreading cooking dinner to really enjoying it. And you don't have to cook a huge elaborate meal that's going to take you 2 hours to cook.
Mm.
You could have a meal that takes you 20 minutes and enjoy cutting up one or two vegetables and a little bit of garlic and some olive oil. And it's so strange as I took your classes, Hannah. Well, I guess strange is not the word, but it just taught me how to put things together and go, "Oh, this might taste good with this." And so it's really like a way of life. And the other thing I wanted to say is I was walking my dog this morning, and I don't know if it's because I knew I was talking to you today, because I really didn't until I looked at my schedule. But I was walking my dog and it was freezing out. It's like 15 degrees. And I go, "Hey," I go to my dog, "Look up at the sunrise." And it was like the most beautiful pink sunrise. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous." So, like, I don't know if I would have done that because all I could think of was how beautiful those Greece sunrises and sunsets were. They were
Yeah.
breathtaking. And we talked about this, Hannah. You can have that here or in Greece or in like
Right.
Cincinnati, Ohio. It doesn't
Right.
matter where you
Right. Well,
are.
a lot of what we talked about on retreat and talk about is letting yourself be in the energy of joy. And so it's so often we bypass our own joy, like to get to the next thing, to get to the next thing, to get the next thing. And so something as simple as a sunrise or like a chilly walk followed by a cold coffee and like just like journaling like what brought you joy that morning or the day before, like letting yourself be in that energy of joy is what helps to magnetize more of those things like evoke that feeling towards you, like per law of attraction.
Now, let's get into specifically people going through a divorce. So, I
Yeah.
want to tell people who are watching this that on my retreat, it was mixed. There was like someone who had never been married, there were happily married women, there was someone who had lost her husband. There was a couple divorced people. So it's not like you specialize in divorce, but you have a large niche in it because I think a lot of people who get divorced really want to have growth and transformation. It's such a
Yeah.
good time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
so
You're
what would you say to those people if they're saying like, I really want to, how am I going to have a good life? Like, how
yeah.
how am I gonna change so that because my life sucks and this is hard and I'm never gonna be happy again. What do you say to that?
Yeah, so there's two things. One is joy and one is harmony within yourself and coming getting back in touch with yourself is kind of what that means. And so the first one, joy, like following what lights you up, doing things that make you feel good. And that is to just shift your energy, shift your energy, shift your energy, and like follow the joy so that you can camp out there instead of the years and all the stories that might be going on in your head. And so letting yourself be surrounded by experiences like that. And then the second part is getting back in touch with yourself, with your inner being. Like a lot of people are like, I don't know, like I don't even know what my I want, or I don't even know what my soul is saying. And so uh that was like a lot of the work of what we did is like having that incubator of growth and transformation so that you can come back into yourself, quiet all the other noise that's been taking up real estate in your brain for probably way too long, and all of the other people's opinions and other just stuff in there, and just coming back into yourself and into your essence. And in doing so, that's a really great, like those are just two really great steps to start.
Well, you just untapped what every divorced woman is thinking. Like, how can I be happy and I don't know what the heck I want? And
Yeah.
you're right. The reason they don't know what they want is because they're so clouded with all this stuff. I have to pay my lawyer bills. My ex is a jerk. My kids are so upset about the divorce and all this. I'm not saying you don't have to deal with that or you're not allowed to think about that. But if you think about joy more, you're going to make more space for that and crowd out that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing that feels present too, is really nurturing yourself and, like, giving yourself positive things, like, whether that's the thoughts you think or even physically, like, with the cooking classes and, like, giving setting aside space for you to, and I know people say self-care, it's like, yeah, duh, but it's like, actually, like, cook yourself a healthy meal because cooking, the act of itself lets you feel proud of yourself, like you're actually achieving something from start to finish that's very tangible, and you get to nourish your body in the way it most wants to be nourished, and that creates that harmony within yourself, which allows you to tap more into your inner being.
Okay, so this is a great segue into your cooking club. The cook club is amazing. And the reason I know that is because part of the retreat that I went on really was the cook club for the first, like for 2 or 3 months before we went to Greece.
Yeah.
So every week, Hannah would send us a list, and this is what she does in the cooking club, a list of ingredients, and then everybody would make a dish together on a Tuesday night on Zoom. It was only 1 hour. It was so much fun to see everybody. It was easy because Hannah was helping you the whole way, and it was really subconsciously teaching you how to cook other things.
Yeah.
And I found it extremely relaxing, a sense of community,
Yeah.
fun, an escape from all your problems for an hour. It was very meditative. And you know what? That is exactly what divorced people need. That is exactly what you need if you're getting divorced and people are saying, you should meditate, you should go to yoga. Join Hannah's cooking club. That's the same thing. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
I do. I like to call it an active meditation, and cooking really is one of the things that can shift all parts of you, your mind, your body, and your energy field all at once.
Oh, I just love this.
Mm.
And let's just go over because we don't have a lot of time left. But when you're cooking, I was thinking about this. You've got the smells, which, if
Mhm.
anybody has ever studied cognition in a human, smell has a ton to do with like your mood, your cognitive abilities. If you are 90 years old and you can smell, supposedly like you can smell pretty well, you supposedly have like no dementia, your mind is really good. So smells big. Then you've got taste, which that brings joy to people. And there are
Mhm.
so many people that have like all these eating issues. Oh, I feel guilty for eating. We are supposed to enjoy food. And the way Hannah cooks, it's not only delicious, but it's healthy too. So you're getting both of those. And
Yeah.
then the sense of community. So you're getting smell, taste, social, and then just what else? Anything else I'm leaving out?
Health, joy, like accomplishment. I think you painted a nice picture. It's, people look forward to it to really give them that, to get them out of their head and into the present moment and into that sensory experience. And it provides an energy shift. Like that's what it does.
Okay, I forgot. I knew I was forgetting one thing, and it's one of the most important things. You know how you hear people say, surround yourself with people who, and then you'll end up like them. So surround yourself with people who you want to be like, and you'll be like them. If you surround yourself with someone who eats chocolate every night, and then you're going to start eating chocolate every night.
Mhm.
Not that that's a bad thing, but we're talking
Right.
about how
Right.
much.
Moderation. Yeah.
Okay. But if you surround yourself with other people who you aspire to be like, you will be like that. And that is exactly what I experienced in Greece. I'm telling you, these women that go on Hannah's retreats are the most high quality, amazing, warm, kind, smart, driven people that I have met. And I absolutely adore each one. And when I came back, people would be like, well, who was your favorite person? And I'm like, everyone, and so if you do sign up for Hannah's Cooking Club, you're going to be surrounded by people like that. And I think for divorced people, that's really important. Hannah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
give
really
you the last
intentional.
word.
Yeah, I'm really intentional about who comes into the community because it's all about lifting each other up, like that's what we're here to do.
And we're not saying you're not allowed to have problems.
No,
Everyone
no, of
has
course.
problems.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just
Everyone's
like,
welcome.
how can I be happier? If you
Mhm.
want to be happier, connect with Hannah. That's like kind of the bottom line.
Totally.
Aw, Hannah, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Jackie. Until we meet again in Italy.
Oh, I would love it. So Hannah's website is myintuitivehealth.com. You can find her there, and you can also find her in the trusted professional section of Divorced Girls Smiling. And if you put in the coupon code DGS for Divorced Girls Smiling, you get
I
a
think it's
special rate. I
DGS
can't remember
20.
what it
I
was.
think it's DGS 20. You
Oh,
get
DGS 20 and you get 20% off. Got
Mhm.
it. Okay. Thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks for listening and watching, everybody.